Ta-da! That is our web terminal. That was easy. Now you may ask, okay, you have shown me all these promised land features, but do I really need them? Do you really need any type of programming language? You can always use assembler, of course. There are some very neat features that will make programming in an asynchronous way and across different frames, JavaScript runtime environments, very easy. For example, if I would open another one, hello blah, I get exactly the same terminal. You see? It's the same object. Simple as that. You don't have to have any thought about it. You just grab the object, put it on the client. If it's synced, it's gonna be the same object. And of course this shows not all the data that this one shows, because the data isn't present anymore. It's just being propagated to the client, displayed, and it basically behaves like a normal terminal, like you would expect a terminal to behave. Let's have fun with this. Give me a second. Let's see if this works. Yay! If you're looking for a very easy way to stream your videos to the browser in ASCII format, you can use this mPlayer ASCII art plugin that I'm using here to show a video. And isn't it beautiful? Okay, I've actually been asked how to handle the resize events, because right now this has a fixed size. If I'm resizing my browser, nothing happens. And this is the part that I have not rehearsed, so it's maybe going to be bumpy, but yeah, maybe that's the fun of it. There are these Let's Play videos out there that are very, very popular right now, and maybe this can be fun as well, watching someone struggling to actually solve a problem with no preparation. I mean, I have done this before, of course. I have done it here in the Node mirror, and this is actually not using Promised Land yet, and a lot of the problems that I had with Node mirror, where I programmed stuff over and over again and just annoyingly often typed the function keyboard and used created functions that were overly complicated just because they used some asynchronous calls to return some data. This was the inspiration for Promised Land, and I'm going to try to make this resize handle now as simple to use as here, and let's see if we can do this with Promised Land. We don't need these files anymore. So, what do we need for this? There is, of course, my first thought would be to utilize the Dojo library, because I'm so familiar with it, and the easiest thing would be to just create a Dojo border container here. You have the resize event, it works on every browser. You have this straightforward interface, but modern browsers are very confirm anyway. They usually all implement the same API, so maybe we can skip the library part and just hook on on the resize event that we get from the browser. JavaScript body resize event. V3 schools, W3 schools. They're supposedly not to be trusted. Let's see, our jQuery. I don't want to use a library. Cool. Simple as that. Let's see. Take our client part and say window on resize. Let's see what happens. Sources, yeah, and that fires. And you see, this is the generated code, and I changed it lately to make it actually a little bit more readable. This looks kind of crazy at first sight, but actually it's basically the code that you have written here. The variable names are all substituted, and this member access is in a very conform way. So basically we are interested in what does this event say. Bubbles, current window, target, source element, type resize. And now we would need to get the dimensions. Oh damn it, come on, the dimensions are not part of the event. That's weak. Okay, jQuery, blah blah blah. Can we at least say window dot and let's just say document body no, it's not part of the style. Damn it, how do you get the document how do you get the size? Window inner height, okay. I don't know if this is standard conform. There it is. Inner height, inner width. Probably right. Okay. There. Okay. So we have inner height, inner width. Should do it. Yeah, I have seen some resize example here. Actually, term resize. Simple as that. and we need to call this on the server. So we say if, no, not if, this is called front end resize. Seems to be X and the other is Y. If this.pty, this.pty resize to X and to Y. And we need, of course, to break it down a little bit. Let's see. Inspect element. Here we have a single character. There's a single character. It's 8 pixels times 13 pixels. So and I think it's mass.floor, correct? So this is the actual height and size, height and width of the terminal. And we say, of course, local dot what's it called? Front end resize. Front end resize to width and height. X and Y. X is width, Y is height. Should be propagated here, and we should have output on the server if this happens. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. Resize. Okay. Looks about right. And now I think there's an unresize event. I'm not sure. Let's see. The reason for this is there has to be actually a resize being processed, like the terminal has to be resized, the terminal itself, and then after the resize has happened, the new data will always be in reference to the new size. So you have to be careful to have your events being propagated in the right order. So if you screw this up, it could be that like you resize your client, but the event hasn't reached the server yet, and if you would just adjust your client size, then it could happen that some data that's still in the process of being transferred to the client arrives, and it still refers to a terminal that has a different size. So we're going to be very careful about our events here. going to put this uppercase so that we will definitely see it. And we say, well, if I'm not sure what the parameters are, I'm always logging it like this. I don't know how this event happens. Let's just have a look at it. Oop, reload. Okay, now make a resize. Resize. Damn it! How does this work? I have to peek in my own project here. Okay, there's actually no resize event. Actually defining the resize itself. Okay, but the main thing to keep in mind here is to have it in the right order. So what we're gonna do is here, front-end resize happens, pty resize is happening, and the very instance this is happening, just forget this. There is no resize event. We have our own resize event and we call it resize. The very moment pty resize happens, we are going to call this resize, create our own resize event, and now we can say if this term I hope this at least exists. It's this term, yes, okay. This term resize, which will assure that this will happen in the right order. So imagine the server is sending output, and you're sending you're doing a resize. The actual you want the client to be resized actually only after the last data that's referring to the old size has arrived. Then you want to resize the client, and then the new data will be in reference to the new size. This is important because it could completely screw up your terminal. Let's see if this works. Resize events, blah blah blah. Yep. Oops. Ah, we've just been slowly, okay. Ha. Seems to work. But not quite. Not quite. I made a mistake, of course, somewhere. Yeah, very funny. I mixed up height and width. Yeah, no, that's more like it. And there is some padding here, you see. It actually looks like it's a percentage. It's getting bigger when I do this. And I've encountered this before. I'm not going to investigate it. It's actually it's pretty crazy. You see, it's 21. If you have a single, here it is. If you have a single single jar, it's 8 pixels. If you have 3 of them, it's 21, which is less. 106. What would be 106 through 8? I don't know. 47, something that's also not dividable by 7. Something very strange is going on here. And the thing is, the actual size of the character is a fraction. It's not an exact pixel. I think it's 7.5 pixels. But it could be another fraction. If you're using 7.5. The reason I'm restarting my server every time is because the module terminal, no, not really. The module terminal, it's the height that I changed. Damn it, now it's to be 7.5. I could make 7. It's actually even less than that. They also didn't account for the border, and because of that, I'll simply say -1 here, -1 here, and here we'll say 6.8. Yeah, well, in Node Mirror, I'm using actually a measurement. I'm actually measuring the size of. I'm creating like 1,000 characters with the same style, and I'm measuring them, and I'm taking like the 1,000th of this width to have an exact measurement of it, and that's why it's running so smoothly. It's actually not that simple, and I'm not gonna do it now. But what I wanted to demonstrate is that you can have this resize event working. Okay. Right, let's take -2. Yeah. The reason why I'm restarting the server every time is, yeah, now it's kind of smooth, you see, is because the way Promised Land makes the connection here between the server part and the client part of this terminal module is, the problem is I don't know the name of the module. I mean, it's just JavaScript that's being executed. If you're running JavaScript, actually in a Node there is a way to determine what's the name of the script that you are running right now, but it's not guaranteed that there's a way on the client. And even if there were, there is no standard. At least I don't know any standard. And even if there were a standard, I'm more relying on model loaders than I'm relying on actual standards for files, which means, of course, if you're using model loader, the goal is to compress all your models into one file, have only one file on the client, and then the information would totally not be available. So what Promiseland is doing, or what I am doing in Promiseland, is I'm making a hash of the file. I'm making a hash of this complete file. At the moment it's an MD5 hash. Let me know maybe if this is a bad idea. I can switch to another hash. And I say, hey, on the client I have this file with this hash, and there is a function called getTerm in it. Dear server, do you have the same file with the same hash, and do you have a function called getTerm in it? If so, execute it. This is basically what's happening here. And of course, if I change the source code, and my server would just continue running, and my client gets the new version, they can't find each other. So when I'm doing changes, I have to restart the server, and then I can have the new code on the client, on the server, and they will find each other. Okay, well, I guess that's enough. It's pretty neat. It's not 100% perfect, but it was not the aim. We have a resize event that works. We could basically we could watch videos on it, which shows that terminal runs pretty smooth. If I'm now I screwed it up. Video is, I guess, not very stable. There you see. Okay. But what I could do is, yeah. You see, now I have two browser windows. It's exactly the same object. If I'm resizing one, I'm also resizing the other. And of course, I can completely screw it up because of something, I don't know what. But I bet it's mPlayer. I bet it's not the... Yeah. Synced objects. But it's not the actual terminal implementation. There are some bugs if you would output binary data. The browser library sometimes has problems to interpret them and maybe get confused with it. But since it's only a front end, you can always reload it and reinitialize it. Okay, thank you for watching. Maybe you learned something, maybe you had fun. If so, my goal has been reached. If you think this is a good idea to make a let's program videos, let me know. Maybe suggest a topic. Actually, the terminal was kind of suggested to me in one of my GitHub issues. Someone asked me, how do you handle this resize events? Here, the inspiration for this Let's Program a Terminal was actually a GitHub issue created by CodeRaiser. Well, CodeRaiser. It took me a while, but I hope I could demonstrate to you how you handle the resize events with the terminal, and also how you do the whole terminal. Let me know if this was a good idea, and I hope I helped you, and I also hope that I could give you some taste for Promiseland. Maybe you are interested of using it in your project. Let me know, and have fun.